The All Blacks, they have assembled in Whakatane for the first time in the preparation for their upcoming Bledisloe Cup campaign. We caught up with Captain Sam Cane earlier from the Te Manuka to Tahi Marae and asked his thoughts on the fact the All Blacks, they are just 19 days away from Test rugby at Sky Stadium against the Wallabies.
Yeah, finally, it's exciting after a year of so much uncertainty. There was even a period where we were unsure whether we were going to be getting together and have any test matches. So to be, like you said, 19 days away from our first one here at home, it's awesome.
Sam, you've assembled a large squad in Whakatane. In terms of that group, what are you and Coach Ian Foster hoping to get out of these few days together?
Yeah, look, it's awesome to be here in Whakatane, a smaller community, obviously. We've been training down at the local rugby club and excellent showing of support. And look, the 3 days are sort of just about getting to know each other, putting some of the basics of our game together, teaching the new guys what it's about to be an All Black and getting to know each other in a sort of more low-key environment without the pressure of a test match at the end of the week.
And how have you found it in regards to and talking and meeting and seeing the locals? What's the response been like in Whakatane?
Yeah, it's been awesome. It felt like we probably had half of Whakatane out for signatures and photos and watching training this morning, which was awesome. And they're just really appreciative. Obviously, you know, everyone's had a tough time with COVID, but they've sort of had a double whammy with the Whakaari White Island tragedy that happened at the start of the year. So to be able to come here and put a smile on a few people's faces, and, you know, we're getting a kick out of meeting all the locals as well, so it goes both ways.
Look, we've only just in recent times seen that first All Black squad that Ian Foster and his selection team have put together. Now, what about the atmosphere inside the camp, given the fact there's been so much competition amongst ourselves, Super Rugby Aotearoa, Mitre 10 Cup and North-South? Is there a bit of an edge amongst the group in terms of rivalry, looking for that first opportunity?
At this early stage, everyone sort of puts that to the back of their mind and just concentrating on getting to know each other, breaking down, you know, those sort of Super Rugby barriers, becoming one team. And then there's a bit of learning going on too about, you know, we've got some new coaches, some things that we're putting into place at training, and yeah, so we're doing a bit of learning as well.
And are you learning as well? I mean, you're a new All Black captain. You've done the job before, but the responsibility has been on your shoulders for a long, long time. How are you finding that experience of getting to know this group?
We were lucky enough to be welcomed onto TJ Perenara's marae in Matata yesterday, and that was a really cool experience. And we had a sort of a bit of a values session, you know, enlightening the new All Blacks what we're about and the values we strive to live. And for me, it's been pretty easy. Enjoying, like I said, everyone coming in, but not overplaying my hand. I don't want to be doing too much at this stage.
You talk about the new guys. I remember when I got first in the team, it wasn't so much a hazing, it was more about there was an initiation coming in. We had a night out, I had to sing an Elton John song and turn a bit of karaoke. Is there something that you guys asked the young fellas to do, to perform and to, I suppose, get them to come out of their shell?
Hey, that's a good idea. We're going across to the fishing club tonight for dinner, so we might be able to try and pop a wee bit of karaoke on, but nothing like that last night. We did hear from all the new boys. I know obviously it's pretty nerve-wracking speaking in front of the team for the first time, but we heard a wee bit from them and just learning where they're from and their journey, I suppose, to getting to where they are today.
Are you finding some players are having to step up? Of course, a number of players, a lot of leadership have left the All Black environment. Are there other guys who are seeing that opportunity and taking it and, I suppose, having a bigger influence amongst the group?
You certainly notice on the bus, there's a few new boys starting to make their way towards the back of the bus, which is cool. And a lot of these guys are feeling comfortable and more sure about themselves to step into some of those leadership roles. So, no doubt. Yeah, we've got another big training tomorrow, and then we've got a full camp next week, so more opportunity for those guys.
Who sat down right at the front? Who had no indication they're going anywhere deep? Who just started in the front seat? And who are the young fellows you can tell at the moment are really just trying to find their feet?
Obviously, guys like Cullen Grayson and Tupou Vai, who are 20-year-olds, they're lapping it all up and making sure they're on the bus nice and early, sitting up the front. But yeah, there's always a little bit of a battle for those seats.
Is there still a laundry committee? I was on the laundry committee early, and that was the worst job. You got 34 players. I mean, you still do that, or I think you bring it back. Give it to those young fellas.
Nah, well, times have changed.
Oh.
We just have to put the laundry out, and it's pretty much back the next day. So you just got to make sure it's out on time. I suppose the worst job these days would probably be music committee. You got a lot of people to please, and pretty tough to please everyone. So that's one of the tougher jobs for the new boys.
High pressure, high pressure. Talk about high pressure, it's the Bledisloe Cup. Other than Rugby World Cups, maybe in some cases more, every year the Bledisloe Cup is on our radar. We want to defend it. We've defended it for so very, very long. Sam, you start talking about preparing for it. Have you kept an eye maybe on what's been happening across the Tasman?
Yeah, particularly once once Super Rugby Aotearoa had finished, a few of us started watching a wee bit more of the Aussie comp, and yeah, to see the Brumbies take it out. I mean, the final was quality game of rugby, and to see the squad that Dave Rennie has named, obviously a lot of new boys, but knowing Dave Rennie, he would have picked a squad that's based around hard-working guys with plenty X factor as well. So look, it's pretty exciting to have the first two tests here in New Zealand. We're not looking any further than these two tests that we've got ahead, because we know if we can do the job in these, then we'll be able to hold up that Bledisloe with a big smile.
Sam, does it feel a bit different? The fact that you've got a new coaching staff, they've got a new coaching staff. There's obviously a bit of rivalry off the field as well, because everyone's having to fight and scrap, and the uncertainty. Do you think this is going to have a different edge than maybe the Bledisloe Cup has had over the past few years?
Look, there's always so much hype around the Bledisloe Cups. There's obviously that rich rivalry, and I'm sure there'll be a little bit of added hype with everything new that's going on. But yeah, it all just adds to it, doesn't it?
Oh, it's game on, mate. We can't wait. We've been waiting. We know that it's going to be a full house. We hope, the capacity we can get at these games. We're hoping it can be played here in Auckland. But Dunedin is standing by under the roof, and we know the last contest, the Bledisloe was there. It was a fantastic contest. One thing I've got to ask you, Beauden Barron, of course, not in camp. He's on baby watch right now. Has anyone informed of exactly what he's in for? Does he really deep down know that his life is never going to be the same?
Look, there's a few new dads. TJ Perenara was talking about it the other day. That it was just a life-changing experience. So yeah, he's got plenty. He's pretty open and willing to talk about it, having just gone through it himself. It must have been such a buzz. So him being his old Hurricanes teammate, I'm sure he would have chatted to him about it. Yeah,
I'll tell you what, it's never the same. It's a wonderful experience. Sam, thank you so much. We know you guys are busy. You've got plenty going on over the next couple of days, plenty of time to prepare. But like I say, good luck, train well, and we'll see you pretty soon on the field.